The level of detail is unbelievable.
Thank you. It's always different in real life.
It's amazing. Your story is amazing.
Artist Devon Rodriguez is riding high.
Do you embellish at all, or do you take exactly what you're seeing?
Oh, I do exactly what I see.
At his first ever gallery show in Manhattan.
I was painting just as good as this 5 years ago, but it wasn't getting anywhere. So I was like, let me put this back out there, start a gallery. Excuse me, miss, I drew you.
There's a good chance you've already seen his work on social media. Hyper-realistic sketches shared with New York City subway riders. Their shocked reactions, ticking up millions of viral views.
Yo, this is fire.
Thank you, thank you.
How long does it actually take you to complete one of those drawings?
Let's say it's like a guy that's like bald, has no hair. It could be like 20 minutes. And let's say you add on like dreadlocks to him. The hair could take another 15, but it all depends on who the person is and what they look like.
Tell me a little bit about the show that you put together here. It is inspired by those drawings.
I've been painting people on the subway for since I was 15 years old. You know, I grew up in the Bronx, and when I was going to the galleries in Chelsea, people were drinking wine, talking so fancy about the art, and I just felt like I didn't belong. So
you felt out of place.
Yeah, so I just was like, I'm just gonna focus on social media.
I love your horn.
Thanks to those wildly popular videos, Rodriguez has built a fan base of more than 52 million followers across social media, most of them on TikTok.
At first, I was trying to do things that I thought would be viral.
You're trying to work the algorithm.
Yeah, I was trying to work the algorithm.
Right.
After that, I was like, you know what? Let me just do what I do. I draw people and let me hand it to them. And then day one, I look at my phone, I got 5 million views. And
that first video?
First video.
With more fans came bigger opportunities, like sketching celebrities.
I'm meeting The Rock, I'm drawing with him, I'm talking to him, that's crazy. 3 days ago, I was having dinner with Matt Damon.
I drew you.
Bro, stop.
Excuse me, Mr. President, I drew you.
Even world leaders.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, thank you.
And his meteoric success is all his own. Rodriguez grew up poor and moved in with his grandmother as a teenager.
Was it a peaceful childhood?
No, it was not peaceful at all.
What was your abuela for you during this time?
My grandma, she made us breakfast every single morning. So I have my grandma telling me you did your homework? Let me see your art. How's it going?
She supported your art?
Yeah, for sure. She always told me keep focusing on that.
He says his father was absent for most of his childhood, but at age 17, Rodriguez tracked him to Miami.
He did this one and then passed away a week later. So he tattooed for 24 years, and this was his last tattoo. How does that happen? You can't even make that up.
You were his last piece.
There's something magical about that.
Devon is so not what the art world deems as traditional. His story of just survival is inspiration enough to get anybody motivated to do anything.
Art agent Arthur Lewis says he was an early fan of Rodriguez's work.
There was an auction of a painting, and it was a little painting, 12 by 9, and I think it sold for $23,000. And I'm like, this kid's got it.
He's for real.
He's for real. So I think for him, it was allowing him to do what he does best, which was go viral and tell his story on TikTok, tell his story on Instagram, or however he wanted to do it in whatever means he wanted. But in the background, just be that drumbeat of I want you to paint.
And he did.
The whole vibe of it, I was just like, that's cool.
Rodriguez's subway paintings going on display for the first time in September at this New York City pop-up gallery, appropriately titled Underground. And on opening night, a swarm of fans and supporters showed up.
The way this whole gallery was flooded and the blocks were shut down, it was a whole different thing.
I knew things would be different when the NYPD called to say that he posted that he was having a show and they were concerned about the crowd. And I'm like, this is an art show at an art gallery? Maybe there'll be 200 people? I don't know what you're talking about.
Devon, we love you.
Back in his creative space, the artist fine-tunes details on his latest creation.
That is one of the most tedious things to do, like a subway map.
Did you need to have your work in a gallery in this way to feel like Devon Rodriguez?
Not really. Out of the millions of people, chances are, not all of them are gallery goers or museum goers. So just bringing art in real life to people satisfies me.
No matter what any art collector might say, or an art critic, or a review, or a magazine, the people who see his work love his work. the people who live in the art world love his work. The validation is just through love and admiration and people wanting to be in touch with him. I don't know that it gets better than that.
That work has made Rodriguez so recognizable, New Yorkers often stop him on the street. But down in the place he calls his office, the artist finds comfort in the contrast of just blending in.
Because you got tens of millions of followers. What's it like being able to still come on this subway and be unknown, just be a New Yorker?
I love it. Like, I feel like, growing up in the Bronx has kept me humble forever. I'm appreciative of that.